Hi, my name's Kristen and I'm from the CLIU 21, and today I'm going to talk to you about DiffIt for Educators. DiffIt for Educators is an online tool that would be effective for students starting grade 2 all the way through 12th grade and beyond, and you can see that down by the current reading level. So what is DiffIt? DiffIt is a perfect tool to use for ELA to integrate instructional strategies, to build resources. There is also connections to history and science as well. So as you can see at the top, you can start with literally anything. You could use a book that you already have, an article or YouTube link that you're currently using, or a text PDF, or just even start with a basic vocabulary list that you have that you want to integrate into your classroom in a more meaningful way. So to get started in where it says enter a topic, I'm going to just put in water cycle as our topic. And there you can type a question, a theme, topic, like I said before. You can then align it as well to the academic standards, whether it be ELA. If you click on that, it will pull up all of the states. Pennsylvania defaulted for me. I'm looking at a third grade standards. So let's say I want to be teaching about the water cycle, but I want to integrate main ideas within a text. I could just check that right there as the supporting standard. As I move down, you can now customize your resources. So you can determine the reading level that you want, the language that you would like to use if you have second language learners in your classroom that you want to integrate, your English learners. You can then select the type of text that you would like to read, whether it be informational or fictional. For this purpose, I'm going to keep it with third grade English, and we're going to take a look at informational text. It's going to run the report when you get started, and it's going to give you a place to get started that you can then customize even further. So all of the resources are going to pop up. The first thing that you're going to see is an image, and this is an image that directly aligns to the topic that you put in. So I put in water cycle. If I scroll over here to the right-hand side, I will see a host of different images that I could select as well. So feel free to select a different image if there's one that resonates more with the information that you're teaching for your classroom and your students. So let's go ahead and select this image. As you can see, when I scroll down, there's an adapted passage. The first thing that you can look to adapt is the length of the passage. You can determine if you want it short, medium, and long. Let's see what it looks like to generate a longer passage. When you do that, you'll see it resets and it goes back and starts to think, taking that passage and making it a little bit longer. Oops. As you can see, I'll scroll down so you can see that. You can then see the resources that were included. So let's say there's a resource that you did not want, or a source that you did not want. You can get rid of that source. Down at the bottom, you could edit the sources that are there. Let's say I don't want the Wikipedia source. I could add my own source in there as well, and then ask it to regenerate. When it pops up, you're going to see the new regenerated text available for you. Underneath that, you will then see a summary section. It usually gives 3 bullet points that would summarize the text above. Key vocabulary, and this is where if you have English learners, if there's an added resource that you can use here. As you see, it says add vocabulary words. You could add your own, but what I'm going to show you is how to add an image. Click on the add an image, and to the right-hand side, a box will pop up for add an image. It will take the word, the vocabulary word that it pre-selected for you. It will automatically put it into a Google search, and images will come up. So for example, let's say I use this one for evaporation. I just simply select it and it will automatically dump it in there. You can do the same thing for all the words that are there before. You can also decide that you have too many words there and you want to edit that. You can do that as well. So all of those features are there. For edit, you just click edit and you can go to the right-hand side. There's a little trash can. Just feel free to get rid of some of them. For purposes today, can just get rid of them. I'll just show you with one vocabulary word what it would look like. Then there's multiple choice questions that you could integrate. As you can see, it aligns them to the Pennsylvania Common Core standards. Short answers, open-ended, all of those things are available for you. Let's say we want to take a look at all of them. You would then click the button that says Get Student Activities. There's tons of activities that would go along with that if you want to go right to the activities. If I'm going to go back to my water cycle, scroll all the way to the bottom. And this is where you have several different options. I did show you to get this. You can then export them to many different things. So let's say I want to make a Google Doc with all of this information and you want to use the passage. We're going to export the activities. Now it's going to give me a choice of elements to include. So you can then decide maybe you don't want the summary in there, or maybe you want just the adapted passage. So for today's, I'm going to get rid of some of the short answers and open-ended. We'll just keep the summary and get rid of that as well. We'll just keep the adapted passage and some of the multiple choice questions. This is then when you're going to actually have the generating of the activities for you. It will pop up again for your options of where you would like it to go. For the purposes today, I'm going to open a Google Doc. And everything that we had is available for you in the Google Doc. You could put that right in your Google Classroom as well. So there's many different things that you can do with DiffIt. There's also an activities section that you can support your students even further with vocabulary if that's something you want to take a deeper dive into, or writing strategies. There are tons of things ready for you at your fingertips. Not only can you be looking at ELA, but you can integrate science and social studies standards with it as well. Feel free to reach out to me at adamc@cliu.org, and I have an extended code that would give you all of the things that you saw today and more, and it will take you all the way to June. So I would love to connect with you, and if you'd like the link to have a premium access till the end of June, feel free to email me again.